Mm. Okay, guys, that was a lot clearer in my head than I thought. But you guys, I am finally recovered-ish, caught up on sleep from my trip to Ohio, where I did a 3-day music festival.
It's your host, Holly, and it's time for a little teaser talk.
Inkcarceration, America's rock, metal, and tattoo festival with Slipknot. Falling in Reverse, Five Finger Death Punch. Plus Marilyn Manson, 3 Days Grace, Beartooth, Knocked Loose, Lamb of God, Parkway Drive, I Prevail, In This Moment, and so many more. Report to the Ohio State Reformatory on July 18th through 20th, 2025 to face your sentencing. 3 days of rock, tattoos, and the return of the haunted blood prison. Passes for Inkcarceration are on sale now at Inkcarceration.com.
What is going on, everyone? I am back, relaxed, refreshed, recovered, resurrected from the dead, however you want to put it, from Inkcarceration 2025 at the Ohio State Reformatory, which is the haunted prison where they filmed Shawshank Redemption. So yeah, it was a wild weekend to say the least. So there was an insane lineup this year, you guys. There was Falling in Reverse, Slipknot, Marilyn Manson, Slaughter to Prevail, Five Finger Death Punch, 3 Days Grace, Lamb of God, and honestly, guys, that's not even like a drop of the bands that was in the lineup. Special moments this year had included, you guys, Slipknot's only U.S. tour date for 2025. So you can imagine how amped up that crowd was on day two. In this moment, live debuting new song Heteric, Falling in Reverse, headlining the first DWP festival and teaming up with Alex Terrible for Ronald, which was insane, as you guys can imagine. There was also some reunion sets this year. So Acid Bath, Crossfade, 3 Days Grace, and you guys, one of my favorites that brought me back to high school, the Dillinger Escape Plan, Dry Kill Logic, and Snot. So yeah, good stuff. Not only those incredible headliners and moments, in addition to that, there's 66 music artists appearing over 3 days and 3 stages, and also an on-site tattoo convention. The Monster Energy Tattoo X gave fans a chance to get inked by over 100 tattoo artists, including the Dark Lord of Ink headliner Paul Booth. Almost said Booth. Tomato. I'm kidding. Anyways, getting the marbles out of the mouth. Shall I continue? The weekend also offered a chance to tour the award-winning blood prison experience inside the historic prison, made famous by the film Shawshank Redemption. So you guys, I cannot wait to give you my review and my 2 cents on that because, yeah, your girl was not ready. So anyways, let's get into it. So day one, which happened on Friday, it was the classic festival, getting our bearings moment, trying to figure out where everything's located, where to go for parking, how to navigate from stage to stage, finding the media tent, which they always give us fantastic directions. I'm just not the best navigator. Like, definitely don't put me in the lead for navigation because we're going to get lost. But it was so much fun, day one, getting in and, just kind of getting our lay of the land, if you will. But we also got to meet Alex, which you guys remember we had her on the podcast a couple of weeks ago, like a pre-festival podcast that we did. And you guys, she is the sweetest human I have ever met. She's so sweet and kind. And if you guys love Evanescence, like that Evanescence vibe and sound, that Amy Lee vibe, you would absolutely love her music. So if you guys haven't heard of Alex, it's ALYXX. Check her out. You guys will not be disappointed. So it's always like a family reunion when we get into the media lounge, catching up with the other media outlet family and also seeing our friends that are artists around. But of course, one of my favorite times is always getting to know new people because, you guys, I met some amazing new people this year and put them all like in my little friend circle. So super excited to talk to you guys more about that. But day one, we got to catch up with our friends from Drowning Pool. And you better believe that we had a podcast interview. So you guys stay tuned for that episode. Hey, till the next episode or whatever they say, that one song. Okay, clearly I am not a singer or vocalist. So I'm just going to keep to my day job here. Anyways, but you guys, it was crazy because the media was off to the side of the stage, like behind it. And it literally was right in front of the Ohio State Reformatory. It was surreal to say the least. Like the whole building just looms over the entire festival. Super iconic. Oh, and a side note, you guys, I am still not convinced that those police officers working at the event were not hired models because, whew, never did I want to commit a crime so bad in my life. And you guys know me, I'm just not like, guys in uniforms is just usually typically make me nervous, but they made me something else if you guys catch my drift. Anyways, so day one, Parkway Drive brought the literal fire to stage. It was such a cool moment. Then Falling in Reverse closed out day one. And wow, you guys, Ronnie and the guys delivered. They played their new song, God is a Weapon. Total panty dropper. And of course, some throwback favorites that took me right back to high school and those fun emo days. And you guys, I actually heard that somebody got married during the Falling in Reverse set. So congrats to the happy couple, but also respectfully, I'm glad it's you and not me. Day two, you guys, the weather was, so it rained at the beginning of day one, but day two, no bueno. It was a little crazy, but we got to catch some killer sets early. So Virtue, they absolutely crushed it. How We Feel, which I had Chris on a post podcast or post festival podcast episode. I cannot wait because Chris, I adore him. He's amazing, super talented from How We Feel. And catching up with him and meeting him in person was awesome. So stay tuned for that episode coming soon. You guys, one of the sweetest moments was meeting one of our ticket winner giveaways, Angelica. She made me a rad, like red and black bracelet. And girl, I am obsessed. Thank you so much. And I really hope you had the best time at Inkcarceration. I know it was so hot when we met. Like it was like 11:30 in the morning and I was already like clammy, sweaty. And I typically don't sweat. So apologies for any slightness when I gave you a hug. But anyways, so let's talk about the prison blood tour because yeah, they were doing tours of the prison already. And they were like, okay, we can get you guys in at this certain time. I think it's like 12 on day two. And I'm like, okay, so in my mind, and I probably should have looked it up. I'm completely ignorant. And in my mind, it's like, okay, we're just going to go tour the prison. Like I picture like almost like you're going to the Smithsonian, right? Like you have like a tour guide. They show you the things. They show the prison cells. They talk about history. Everyone is having a great time and learning. No, absolutely not, you guys. It was a full-on like haunted house. There was actors, scary scenes, and the jump scares are like something I've never experienced in my life. So I actually got these Meta glasses. If you guys are watching the video portion, the video variation of this podcast episode, you guys can see them on, and it was actually a lot of fun, but I got in trouble a couple of times because I was trying to be sneaky and record. So if you record, again, on the video portion of this podcast, you guys can see that there's like a light right here. And it's like, which is kind of cool because you can't be a super creep and like, when somebody's recording you, but also it's a dead giveaway because I kept having people say, like they're like their element, they're like their character, and they're like, turn your glasses off. I was like, oh, you're talking to me. Whoops. So I got like just like a couple of little snippets of it. And yeah, it was so scary. I was trying to get you guys to be scared with me, but they said, no, ma'am, they have to pay to come in here. Anyways, I don't think I've screamed that much since ever. Like it was literally, I was trembling and I was sweating just from all the heart palpitations that I was experiencing. It was fun. Would I do it again? Yes. But I'd have to be more mentally prepared because I was not at all in it. It spooked me a lot. But anyways, so we had a ton of artist interviews jam-packed on day 2. So we interviewed Of Virtue, Dillinger Escape Plan, Dry Kill Logic, the ladies from Pretty Wild, and the Union Underground, and they were so much fun. Those guys are a blast, and that was the last interview of the day that I had there. And it may or may not have ended or after fact of having a double shot of tequila. And I'm pretty sure I still feel those double shots in my soul to this day. So even though the rain came back, it came back strong during the Marilyn Manson set. And you guys, it was pure magic. It was totally like setting the scene. And honestly, his performance was one of my favorites of the weekend. I've seen Manson, a handful of times, and I've seen him on different variations of his stage of his career. And I will say this, he looked good. He sounded good. He just put on a hell of a show. So yeah, you guys were able to attend, go find some YouTube videos of the Manson set because it was one of my favorites. And of course, Slaughter to Prevail, they had, their biggest wall of death of America that they were advertising, and it was wildly insane. I'm going to see if I can find some videos and share with you guys on that because it was very cool. And Slipknot, of course, you guys, we've got to talk about that. Like last set of the day, pouring rain. And like I said earlier, first and only show of 2025 in the US. So you better believe like there was a sea of people when they were performing and they crushed it. So yeah, it was pure perfection. So day 3 finally blessed us with some better weather. It was still like muddy from all the rain before. And I know that people had some trouble getting in and out of like the lots and stuff. But it was crazy how jam-packed the crowd was, like how many people were there. I feel like it was like the busiest day, which is insane. Maybe it was because like all the logistics of like the rain and stuff and people having to be rerouted, but it was super busy day 3. And we got to interview Waylon from A Killer's Confession. Oh my gosh, you guys, his voice, while we were in media, he was doing an interview with another outlet. And I had my back turned and I just heard his voice. And I literally stopped. I'm like, who's this? Whose angelic voice is this? His voice is smooth as butter. Like it's like the Southern, I'm not even going to try to impersonate it because it's not going to do it justice, but it's like a sweet Southern twang. It was so soothing. But him and his wife, they are so sweet. And I can't wait for you guys to catch that episode with me and him. And then also they have a cool trilogy coming up that they're working on. So I can't wait for you guys to hear that either. So we also sit down with Colorblind. So I love that convo. And honestly, you guys, Sunday was super busy. Let's see here. Who else did we interview? We interviewed, I've named up the other ones too. I think that was it. But as far as like the other performances, if you will, in this moment, man, she always brings it. It was such a good show. And everyone's always like making like silly jokes towards Mara's like outfit changes, which girl, kudos to you. But yeah, she crushed it. And Lamb of God had a tribute to Ozzy, literally that gave me goosebumps. It was surreal. It was like, I know I keep saying surreal a lot, but God, you guys, that's the only word I can find to describe it. And 3 Days Grace hit the stage for some nice nostalgia. It was cool to like see those guys back on stage, and the crowd was amazing. And then, of course, Five Finger Death Punch closed it out like absolute pros. Solid ending to literally a perfect festival weekend. So would I do Inkcarceration again? 100% yes. Am I going next year? Hell yes. This festival is such a perfect mix of good drinks, good people, killer music, just all around good vibes. My only regret that I have, though, of the music festival is not getting a tattoo. I tried day 2. So day 1, I met a tattoo artist, super wicked talented. And I'm like, okay, I want you to tattoo me tomorrow. I was like, okay, just like, let me know, text me and we'll get you in. And it was such a busy day 2, that I wasn't able to meet with him. And I'm like so sad. But that just gives me an excuse to go to Palm Springs, Florida to get tattooed at his shop, right? So doing that, but then it also means in 2026 when I come back, I have to get a tattoo because I just feel like, you have to, it's kind of like a thing you have to kind of do, right? But you guys stay tuned as 2026 dates and details will be announced soon. I just want to give a huge shout out to like the staff, the bartenders, especially the bartenders at the artist lounge and media lounge. They were absolutely dolls. Like they were amazing. They're just sweet girls. The artists, and also, of course, I want to give a shout out to all the fans. You guys make this feel like home every time I go to a music festival. And for all of you guys who are listening, make sure you guys are keeping your eyes peeled for our post-festival interviews. And then, of course, the interviews that we did on set or at festival, on scene, whatever you want to call it. But keep tuned for that. I'm super excited. I can't wait to share with you guys all of those. Inkcarceration 2025 was one for the books. And I'm already counting the days until the next one. So you guys stay tuned for all that cool coverage. And until next week, you guys keep rocking.
I hope you enjoyed this episode of Teaser Talk. Head over to teasertalk.com to subscribe so you don't miss out on another episode. Until next week, keep rocking.